Jesus' view of his Father, a perspective for those seeking truth. By William M. Livingston, Brotherhood of Christ Church, Essene Community. As we enter into a period of history where in many places throughout the world a religious genocide is underway, it becomes expedient that people address their need for spiritual empowerment. In John 14:12, Jesus said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father." The people of the early church often fulfilled this expectation of Jesus. However, Christianity soon lost the ability to give sight to the blind, heal the withered hands, and raise the dead. It is the author's position that those spiritual powers can be restored if people will examine Jesus' view of his Father and his personal definition of salvation. How did Jesus actually view his Father? What does that view have to say to us today? How did Jesus define salvation in his own words? And what effect did modifying that definition and the Gentile mission have on the empowerment of the saints? This book is a transcription of series of 11 sermons that were taught in our church from November 2014 through March 2015. They address the answers to those questions. Editing has been done for concept clarification where needed, but otherwise the style of the speaker to a live audience has been preserved. This entire study is scripturally based using the King James Bible. This penetrating study has deep ramifications for people today. Elder Livingston examines the origins of Judaism and Western Christianity to look for the source of this disempowerment. He has been a keen Bible student for more than 50 years and studied the foundations of the early church for more than 30 years. He lives in our modern-day Essene community, where he is the senior teacher of righteousness. In Session 1, the Christian lifestyle is discussed in order to lay the foundation for actually doing something practical with expressing Jesus' view of his Father. Session 2 lays out Jesus' view of his Father and Christ's definition of salvation. In Session 3, the scope of the study is outlined, with the focus on the discourse of Stephen in Acts chapter 6 and 7, being the launching point to explain, within the context of the Bible, the meaning of Christ's view and definitions. Here Stephen expresses to the Sanhedrin 4 basic issues that the early church brought to the public debate. These issues were substantial, and he gave his life in order to proclaim them. It is the understanding of these 4 basic issues that can lead Christians to spiritual empowerment. These issues are expressed in terms of 4 blasphemy charges against Stephen. They are blasphemy against Moses, the temple, the law, and God. Each of these topics is addressed in separate sessions 4 through 8. This study takes the Bible student into some uncharted territory in the Western Christian tradition. Sessions 9, 10, and 11 are a current expression of the Essene view of the creatorship of Jesus, a topic entirely undeveloped in Western Christianity. In these final sessions, we have authorized the author to make public the Essene theology and worldview. Elder Livingston opens up the biblical evidence of the creatorship of Jesus, the ancient Hebrew definition of righteousness, and the pre-flood concept of the separation of powers. Again, all this from the Bible record of Jesus' view of his Father. It is altogether reasonable that such an inquiry be made in the context of the pre-Gentile mission period of the early church, where the clearest expressions of spiritual empowerment were demonstrated by Jesus and many others in the Jewish environment. Those who actually walked with Jesus were subject to his ministry of salvation, and his view of his Father healed the lame, gave sight to the blind, and raised the dead. In the last sessions, Elder Livingston explains how an empowered person can do these very things, and he shares real-life examples of such occurrences that happened during his own life and ministry. Historically, the Essene sect has been private in its teachings and scriptural knowledge, We have been a functioning Essene community for nearly 30 years and have followed this pattern of privacy until now. So the text you hold in your hands is a work that provides a unique perspective and opportunity to today's faithful. It is essential and timely that this light and truth is made available in these troubled times. Our prayer is that you will carefully and prayerfully consider the ideas presented here. Thank you.